about 20 minutes ago and he had dinner cooking, so he's okay. So he's good. Well, I cannot believe it's Wednesday afternoon already. NTI always flies by, but this time it seems like it was faster than ever. This year I'm feeling more energized and ready to go. How about you all? As a part of this year's special events, we want to do two things tonight. The first one is I'm going to tell you our new theme, because I know it will inspire and transform us during this coming year. And then we will continue our celebration with the NTI premiere of the powerful film, Nurses, If Florence Could See Us Now. Kathy Douglas, who conceived and directed it, began her career as a critical care nurse, so we claim her as one of our own. Some of you may have already seen the film, but I am sure you will agree that it is one of the most touching gifts we will ever receive as a nurse. So Monday morning, Catherine told us how strongly Dare To has resonated with our community. Some of you dared to become certified or work towards a degree. Many of you found time for yourselves after years of giving to others. Several of you took on physical challenges like triathlons. And more than one of you confronted the terror of life-threatening illnesses. I bet most of your dares were private, or you only told a few people that you trusted. Each dare represented a remarkable achievement for you as an individual. That is good, because it helped you feel safe about daring to do something different. By responding to Catherine's dare, you started to break through obstacles. Or maybe your dare forced you to move beyond normal expectations. Professionally and personally, we're often expected to conform to rigid policies and procedures and submit to the status quo. At least that's been my experience. In my day job, I rally our teams to ensure that patients and their families are always safe. So at first I thought this meant I had to be the enforcer. But then, you know what? I realized that a lot of the times we do the most harm to our patients and our families when we blindly conform to rigid policies and procedures. We begin to restrict our thinking to this small box, and we forget about how to create a better situation, not just for our patients, and our families, but even for ourselves. That's why daring was so valuable. We stepped beyond the status quo and looked for new possibilities. We took on things that challenged us, or maybe even scared us a little, and we created safety for ourselves. For a lot of us, daring to helped us to reconcile professional and personal issues. So now we're ready. We are ready to stretch and take what lies ahead. We're ready to draw on our accomplishments and step forward to make things better for others. Step forward. That's the theme I propose for the coming year. With my Dare To. Instead, I learned from what I've done, and now I stretch myself in new directions that will benefit others. It kind of reminds me of Florence Nightingale. She was confident in her knowledge, she tamed her personal fears, and she stepped forward to introduce changes that still benefit healthcare more than 100 years later. Nightingale taught us that we make a powerful statement every time we say, I am a nurse. She taught us how to step forward and say it with confidence. And in a little while, we'll see a film about some amazing nurses that are doing just that today. She inspired them, and they will inspire us. Every year that inspires all of us is the artwork that goes along with our theme. We work with a very talented Canadian artist who turns the theme into a picture. So are you all ready?
Yeah!
Do you want to see it? So Dale, can we see the picture, please?
Beautiful.
So stepping forward starts with just one step at a decisive moment. When we take that first step, our integrity guides us towards the light that helps us forge a new path. Integrity requires us to do the right thing, even when it's unpopular and we're not in the majority. Integrity reminds me of my personal code of ethics. Think of it as a compass that aligns what we do with our deepest values. Integrity reminds us and shows others that we refuse to stay in the shadows and take the easy way out. When we step forward, we lead. With outstretched arms, the outstretched arms represent how we accept and share our knowledge. It reminds me of the important role advocating for patients and their families so that they can move from the darkness of a challenge to the light of a solution. The action of stepping forward always leaves a wake. Our wake represents our personal character, which changes and grows as we experience life. Just like a swimmer, our wake can be smooth or it can be a little choppy. Our personal wake becomes our legacy. Each and every day, we all make valuable contributions to our patients and our coworkers. It is up to us to decide what kind of wake we will leave behind from each contribution. So where do we start? And how do we start? Start anywhere, follow it everywhere. That's what author Meg Whitney says. How many times do we know the action that needs to happen and the outcome we want to see, but we just don't know where to start? Take one step. Take just a single step. It can be a small step, it can be a large step, but we have to start somewhere. How many of you all participated in today's Patient Safety Summit or went to other sessions on patient safety? That was your first step. You went in with personal knowledge and experience about the barriers to safety. You expanded your knowledge about safety issues in areas like alarm management, infusion systems, and information technology. You learned about new and different solutions that you may not have thought about in the past. For example, in Dr. Leake's keynote for the summit, he told us about how finding meaning and joy in our work is directly connected to patient safety. So when you get home, you will be ready to take your next step, and another one after that. Now, every step may not be a home run, but the more steps you add, the better your odds are that one of them will be successful. You'll be taking those steps because you are a nurse. And nurses are unique. We see and hear what others do not.